Well, Donald Trump not backing down after controversy erupted over the weekend over his comments about John McCain in Iowa.
Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Do you agree with that?
He's a war hero because he was captured.
In a new op-ed released overnight, Trump writes, "The reality is John McCain, the politician, has made America less safe by covering up for President Obama with the VA scandal and by pushing amnesty for illegals."
So did Trump take it too far this time? Joining us now is a man who moderated that controversial discussion with Donald Trump, pollster and Fox News contributor Frank Luntz. Frank, walk us through what happened.
So he and I had an exchange, and this is about halfway through it, maybe a little bit earlier than that. And he had said to me that I was being too politically correct because I was asking him whether or not he felt that it was appropriate to use language calling Senator McCain a dummy or what he said about the Mexican population that's come across the border. And then we got to this exchange. Now, I want to make this clear. This is more significant than just what he said about John McCain because a bit later on, a questioner of the audience asked him, "Would you guarantee that you're going to endorse the Republican candidate for president?" His answer, no. I'll say it right here. I believe that there's the possibility, if the tension between Donald Trump and the Republican Party get any greater, that I could conceive of a Donald Trump third-party candidacy. He's the only one who refuses to rule it out.
Well, they speculated that forever. But, Frank, let's just talk about that event in particular. You followed up saying 5.5 years. But 4 times afterwards, he says, okay, he's a war hero, but so are other people that served that didn't get captured. Did the audience in the building sense that he had walked back those comments or clarified them accurately?
Not at all. And, in fact, the way that he said it, all you have to do, and you played the important clip just before this introduction, I've never heard someone ever say what he said. This is significant, and the veteran organizations and veterans themselves on an individual basis, they've been speaking up and they've been speaking out, and they've said this is not appropriate. Brian, this is one of the most significant moments of campaign 2016. But I'll tell you, Donald Trump isn't going anywhere. I'm convinced that he's still going to remain the front runner up to the Fox News debate because there's a segment of American society that like a candidate who says what he means and means what he says. Right. Donald Trump can't be edited. He can't be censored, and that's why a number of Americans like him.
Sure. He was on Fox and Friends Weekend yesterday, and he called in and he was reacting to you saying this was an attack on all veterans, as you just did. Here's what Donald Trump said yesterday.
He is so wrong. I was interviewed by him, and I will tell you again, I got the biggest standing ovation of the entire weekend. But he is so wrong in that. I'm talking about McCain. I never even mentioned veterans. What I'm saying is McCain isn't fighting for the veterans. McCain has done very poorly for the veterans. Anybody knows that.
So, Frank, what he was saying, he wasn't critical of his military record. He was critical of his Senate record, he went on to say.
No, but he's been making fun of John McCain. But look, you have the right to say whatever you want to say, but at least be accurate. The biggest standing ovation? No, guys. What I want you to do, and I'm going to challenge the Fox and Friends producers behind you guys. Go play the standing ovations for each of the candidates. Donald Trump's standing ovation was actually the least of the 10 candidates, and he had a lot of people in the audience at the time. Yes, about 60% of the people stood up for him. But it wasn't universal, and it was nothing like Ted Cruz. It was nothing like Marco Rubio. It was nothing like Bobby Jindal. And the second point, when he says that he has the way that he expressed himself about having concern for those who weren't captured, you cannot imagine what it is like to spend 5.5 years being beaten every day.
Oh, sure.
We ought to thank America, my God, we ought to thank God that there were these hundreds of men that were willing to withstand such torture. And I'd like you to do one more thing at Fox and Friends.
Okay.
Put on the videotape, because you've got it, of John McCain after one of these tortures. And you'll see they're dragging him out. This is the definition of an American hero. You can disagree where he stands, but his body was broken. for this country, and we owe him respect.
Even leading up to being captured, he showed he was a hero and showed great valor.
We all know he was a war hero. The difference of opinion, though, is about his service in the Senate, and that's where Trump. By the way, Trump's going to be on with Bill O'Reilly tonight. Frank Luntz, thanks for joining us today from L.A.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.